balances, and they're the physical representation of an equation like this, a linear equation with one variable. So let's solve this on the board first. Then I'm going to have you guys solve it on your balance. So what's the first step when you're solving an equation like this? What's the very first thing you need to do? What's that?
Order of operations.
Order of operations, okay. And so what would you do in this case?
Add 3.
So you're going to add 3. Where do you add 3?
Both sides.
You add 3 to both sides, okay. So I'm going to add 3, and I'll do this in steps so you can see it. So I've added 3 to both sides. What happens to the 3's on this side?
Cancel.
Okay, so they cancel and they become basically 0. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. And what happens on this side? 8, right? 0 goes away, of course. Well, let's go back and think about this. We added 3 to both sides, but why did we add 3 to both sides?
To get the variable by itself.
To isolate the variable. You want to get the variable by itself, so
Answer by Ronnie
we're
Mills.
moving it over. But why did we do it to both sides? Why did I not just add 3 here?
Huh? How would you get
Because that
that?
cancels it out, right?
Did.
And it also does what to the equation? Balances, right. And you probably will see that that's why we have the algebra balances. So we're going to show that this side must always be equal to this side. And that's called what? It's a property of? Property of equality. Yes, that's right. Okay, so we worked down that 2x equals 8. What's our next step? Divide by 2, okay. And then we get x is equal to 4. Okay, that's not a very tough equation, right? Pretty simple. Now let's see if we can do it on our scales. Now, I'm going to give you some rules on what you need to do to manipulate your scales. So let me go over this real fast. There are 2 canisters. You each have 2 canisters that should be behind your scale. You don't open those yet. Just leave those there. Okay, don't touch those yet. You've got an empty canister. Empty canister. First rule to know. The empty canister is equal to 1 chip. So I want you to take on your balance, in the yellow pans, place your empty canister and 1 chip. Do you notice that your scale is balanced? It's balanced, right? And you can tell it's balanced by it's like a dial that's in front. It should be pointing straight down. That shows that your scale is balanced. So, empty canister is equal to 1 chip. And you'll also notice that we've got, in the yellow pans, there are positive signs, right? And then in the red dishes, or pans, there's negative signs. So this is the way we're going to represent positive and negative numbers in your equation. So, in your positive, your yellow pan, on one of your sides, put like 4. Put 4 in one of your positive pans. And on the same side of the scale, put 4 in the red pan. What happens to your scale? Say it again.
Same time.
It's even. It's balanced. See that? See it's balanced? This is called, and did you guys?
Peso.
You want to pull that? There you go. Yeah.
Peso.
So it's balanced. So this is the property of,
Peso.
this is the 0 property. So I've got a plus 4 and a negative 4, and that becomes what? 0. So right now there's nothing on my scale. That's why it's balanced. Because there's technically 0 on my scale. So those are things you need to know. You need to know that your empty canister is equal to 1 chip. And now you know how to represent positive and negative numbers on your scale. So now let's go ahead and set up the equation that I have on our board, and I'm going to have you guys solve it. All right, I need you guys to take and grab 3 chips. Oh, and one more thing. The way you're looking at your scale, the left side of your scale, if you look to the left, that's the left side of the equation. So all these numbers will be represented on the left side. The right side of your scale is the right side of the equation. So you'll have these numbers represented on the right side of your scale. So on the left side in the red pan, which would be negative, you need to put 3 chips. So put 3 chips in empty to start with, right? Shouldn't be anything else in your scale. So you're putting 3 there. Okay. So that represents your -3. Then I want you to take those 2 canisters that I told you not to touch and put those in the yellow pan on the same side. Okay, good. Both your canisters. Great. Then I want you to take 5 chips and put it in the yellow pan on the right side of the scale.
What?
Okay, is your scale balanced? I hear a yes here. How about you guys?
Yep.
Balanced? Yep. Great. So now, on your scale, we've just represented the equation that's on the board. So now let's solve it step by step. What was the first step we did on the board? You add 3. So how are we going to add 3 on the scale? You need to put 3 in the positive cans, which are the yellow cans. So you're going to put 3 where your 2 canisters are. 3 chips here. Remember, anything you do on one side, you do the other. So you do 3 also in this one. Right? Is that what we got? 3 canister, 3 in the yellow. Great. Are we balanced? Equation balanced? Yeah, and if you need more chips, there's some chips behind you too in case you run out.
We're too low right here.
Okay, so we're still balanced, right? Now what's our next step? We need to take that -3 plus 3 and make it 0. So how are we going to do that? I'll show you. 3 and a -3. So you're going to take away 3 here.
Yeah.
Take away 3 here. Or no,
Good job, guys.
because it's positive, negative, then it's 0. Okay, let's see what you got. So you got a -3. There should be. That should be there.
Oh, I'm balanced.
This is positive 3, this is -3.
Well, we already put 3 there. We're supposed to put 3 here because we're adding 3.
That's a negative.
Done that. But you've got a -3 here and a positive 3 here. So you're going to, they become 0. So put those 3. So you added both these things. Are your balances equal? We're all balanced here? No?
We need to add 3 of those.
Yeah, yeah. You had to add 3 to both sides. So I think you missed that. There we go. Great.
Bing, 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 bing.
Okay, so now you should have.
Did you bring
Back
it
up here on the board, guys.
Yeah, pissed off.
You've got 2x, 2 canisters equal to 8 chips. There should be 2 canisters and 8 chips. Is that what we got? Okay, what's our next step? Divide by 2 on both sides. So how are you going to divide by 2? Yes, you're going to take 1 canister away, and then half of the chips. So how many chips are left in your yellow can? 4, and you have 1 canister. So yes, now open your canister and see how many chips are inside. And remember, the canister is equal to 1.
Okay.
So you have 4 equals 4. 4 equals 4, right? Yes. What did you guys get? How many were in the canister? Yes, and so that's 3. The canister equals 4. And we're 4 here. So that's equal. Okay. And what did you guys get? How many were in your canister? 3. And how many is that total? 4.
What happened to them girls? Doesn't he just go to get homework?
All right. So now you've set up an equation on the scale, and you've solved an equation. So now that we have practice, let's do.
Like, I'm on 89%. I haven't been on my phone. This is
Okay, the 2 of you are going to set up the equation.
Did you watch Hard Video?
Who wants
What
to
was
set up
it?
an equation?
Jesus. He's like, oh my God.
And then the rest of you can solve it.
What did you turn it on?
So first thing they're gonna set it up first, and then you guys are gonna solve it. Who wants to set up the equation on this balance?
I'll set one up.
You wanna set it up? You and Nemo. You wanna set it up? Great, girls, you can solve it.
So we got -6.
And which of you guys want to set it up?
Oh, I'm cameraman.
Oh, you're the camera.
Yeah.
So which of you guys want to set it up? You're gonna set it up? Okay. And you get to solve. So.
I'm the assistant.
Which of you want to set up?
Thanks for putting the camera on me, please. You guys better get to work.
No, right
Okay, I'm gonna put it right back here. Oh, Jesus says, I'm the cameraman. No, you're not.
No, you heard him.
That's
Alright,
true.
-2.
You, like,
Yeah,
this thing
the
records the sound.
Pair that are solving, don't let them see how many chips you're putting in. I mean, if they did see it, it's not a big deal, but
Oh, man.
technically you don't really
We got solved the first one.
I got a nice ass Cassie.
Did you see what stuff I said?
God, don't. Don't.
Say down.
Big
Those
booty
of you who are
Judy.
going to be solving it on the scale, I want you to do it on paper first.
Big booty.
Go ahead and solve it on paper first. Do
What
it
do you
step by
mean,
step.
Yeah, but remember how this equals
Booty. Yeah, like that.
Nice ass Cassie. Cassie. Nice ass.
So did you guys set up?
She said, yeah, there's 3.
Take it easy, homie. Look at
Get up in the camera.
Are you solving it again? Or you're setting up? You're setting up. They're going to set it up. Yeah.
Oh, wait, right. Oh, you got to solve. It tells you how.
Good job, guys.
Hide the paper.
Two possible.
Use 2 or 3 fingers.
You gotta get this group up here. Yeah, guys. You. Blackie Chan.
I have a pencil. Oh, do you need some chips?
No, we need a
Do we need a canister?
We're good. We got one that gets back.
Okay.
What are you going to need?
Alright, so you got 2, 5. And how many? Okay, great. Great. Good job setting it up. Okay. So now you guys are solved.
You got a problem with that.
Okay, so now I want you to think about how you're going to represent these steps on here. And you guys can do it together. Alright, for those of you who are going to be solving, let me see what you got on your board. So I want you to think about how you can show these steps.
God damn. Figure it out, boys.